Hi everyone, this is Saurabh and you are watching Screens. Today I'll be coding this cool animated bubble tab bar using Reanimated 2 and React Navigation 5. I found this cool animated tab bar implementation on Dribble by an agency called Kuberto. The iOS implementation for this is open sourced on GitHub. Let's see how close we can get on React Native. This is the implementation using React Native. We have got this nice bubble effect when clicking on tabs. Pretty close to the iOS implementation, right? Let me know what do you think in the comment section below. If you like it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me, so let's jump into the implementation. Let's start by creating a new React application by using this command npx react native, and then I will init and I will put the name of the project. So I'll name it bubble tab bar. So it will take some time. See you when it's created. Okay, so the app has been created. Let's cd into that folder and I will open this folder in VS Code. Now let's start by launching the Android emulator. So I'll use npm run Android. So this will launch the emulator and run the app inside it. It might take some time packaging the app first time. Meanwhile, let's install the dependencies related to React Navigation 5. So I will open the documentation for React Navigation 5. Okay, let's go to the docs. First, you need to npm install React Navigation Native. So now you can see our boilerplate React app. So let's install React Navigation Native. And we'll also need to install some dependencies since we are using the bare React Native project. I'll copy this. Okay, so meanwhile it's taking some time. Let's rearrange our directory a little bit. So I will create a directory called app and I'll move app.js inside it. And in index.js, let's change the path here. So it will become app. Okay, everything works fine. So now we have a folder called app and inside that we have app.js. I'll get rid of all the things here. So I'll create a function and call it app and then return, and I'll return some JSX inside this. So as you have seen from my previous video, I like using a style component, so I'll be using style component here as well. And we need to install certain related dependencies as well, so I will go ahead and install them as well. So we need to install all these dependent packages. Okay, so now we have installed it. Now I will go ahead and install style components. So now we have everything required. So what I'll do is I'll create another folder. So let's create some screens and I will add the tabs. So let's create a folder inside app and call it screens. Okay, and in screens I'll create a folder, a file called home.js, and in home.js let's create a component. So let's create a container first, which will be styled.view, and also I'll create a text, and this will be a style.text, and we'll create a function called home, and we'll return this container and we'll also have a text and just say home. Okay, and we'll export this. Okay, so now we have the home screen set up. I'll go into home, I'll go into app.js and let's import and let's create the tabs. So in order to create the tab, you need to install bottom tabs. So I'll just do npm install bottom tabs. So while it is getting installed, let's set it up. So in order to use it, I think we need couple of dependencies which we need to import. So we need to import a navigation container and create bottom navigator. So I'll copy this. Okay, and then we need to create tabs. So this is how you create a tab. So you create a tab using create bottom navigator, and then we'll have navigation container on top, and then we'll have tab dot navigator, and then we'll put tab dot screen. Okay, and tab dot screen will take a name. So let's put the name as home, and the next one is component, and this component will be the screen. So I'll use home here, and this gets automatically imported on the top. So home is basically this screen. Let's reload everything and check if it is working fine or not. Repackage everything once, and I'll use an npm run android for this. So now you can see that we have this home screen showing up, and we have only one tab, which is home. Okay, so let's put some color in this. So I'll put background color as, so I'll use C5 6B14. okay, and I'll also do flex 1. So I have changed the flex to 1. So this covers the entire screen. Now we have home. Let's copy this and create other screens as well. So I'll just go and create 4 screens. Let's rename the second one to logger, and I'll open this logger, change this to logger, and then we also change this to logger, and I will change home to logger, and then I will also change the color. So the color here should be F3 7FF3. okay, let's rename the third screen and call it documents. Okay, and I'll change this to documents. Let's change this as well to documents. Okay, and for the background color this time, we'll have color 4B 458C. okay, now let's rename the fourth screen and call it menu. So let's change this to menu, and we'll change this one as menu as well, and here also we'll change to menu. I think I forgot to change document here, so I will quickly do that. Okay, and in menu we'll change the color to 2D 9C DB. okay, so that is it for the screens. Let's go ahead and duplicate this 4 times, and let's change this to logger, and we'll change this to logger. Okay, and then we'll have documents, and we'll also change this here to documents, and the fourth screen is menu, and we are going to change it to menu. Okay, so now we have our 4 tabs. Cool. So every tab has different color. So now we have set up our this navigation, bottom tab bar navigation. Let's customize the tabs. So in order to customize the tab, I'll create a folder called components, and let's create a file called tab. Okay, and I'll create a tab for, so I'll create a component called tab and use it for the tabs here. So we need to have an icon on left and text on right, and when it is not focused, we just need to show an icon. So let's go ahead and code that. Okay, so I will just import this and let's create const, we'll have container and it will be a styled, we'll have touchable opacity without feedback. Okay, and then we'll have icon which will be a styled dot image, and then we'll have a text, or let's call it label, and it will be a styled text. So we have these 3 components here. Let's create a function called tab and will return return container, and then we'll have icon and we'll also have a label. Okay, and label we can expect it to come from prop. So let's assume a label which will come as a prop, and we'll put it here, label, and then we'll export tab as default. So let's go ahead and open the app. So we'll override the tab component here. So in order to do that, we need to have options, and in option we'll override the tab bar button. And we'll import this component. So since we have this tab constant already there, so this time I will call it tab component, and it will be imported from /component/tab. Okay, and we will use the tab component. Okay, and we'll pass the label here, and the label here will be home. It's now saying that the React children are only expected to see a single child element. So in order to do that, we'll just wrap it inside this background. So let's call it a background, and we'll use style.view for now. Okay, and we'll put everything inside this. Okay, now we can see that the home here is, So we have home here appearing. Okay, now let's go ahead and import the images. So as usual, what I'll do is I'll create a folder called images and put all the icons here. So I created all the icons using Figma, and I'll export it and put it in the images folder. So for every icon we have two states, one which is unselected and the other one is the selected one. So I'll put it in the images folder. So let me go ahead and grab it. So I have pasted all the images here, and I have also created an index file which is importing all the images. So basically it's a file which has all the images. So for every image, for every icon we have two states, one is home and the other one is home focused. For the documents, similarly we have document focused, for logger focused, and for menu focused. So let's go ahead and put the icon here as well. So I'll create a constant called icon. So we need two variations of icon, one which is one when it is focused and the other one when it is unfocused. So for that we need another constant, and we'll call it focused, and that we can get it from accessibility prop, which is getting passed from here. So I will also deconstruct the props here and pass it to the tab component. So let's do that. Okay, so here we will get a prop called accessibility, and we can use accessibility.state to check if it is focused or not. So the prop is accessibility.selected. So let's put this inside it. Okay, and we'll also have a constant called icon, and we are going to check if it is focused. If it is not focused, we'll use images dot. So let's import images here. Import images from slash images, and then we are going to call image dot. So let me quickly open this. So this images image dot icon. So let's do it images dot icons, and we are going to fetch the icon which is label, or otherwise we will do it images dot icons, and let's do a little bit of string interpolation here, and we will use label and then images. Okay, and then in the source we'll put icon here. Okay, sorry. Oh, so I think I need to remove that. So this is accessibility state, and we need to change this to accessibility state. So now you can see that we have the icon here appearing on top. So let's go ahead and style it. So for the background, we need the flex direction to be row. Okay, line items will be center, and we'll also justify content to be center, so everything is centered. So let's go ahead and change copy paste this option to other screens as well, so we can check the styling, but we need to change the label every time. It will be logger, this will be home, sorry, this will be documents, and this will be menu. Now you can see that we have all the different icons. So let's start styling this. So we need flex to be auto. Okay, so now it has spaced equally. Flex direction is right, align item, justify content is fine. Now you can see that when I click, nothing is happening. So I need to override the on press here, and I'll get an on press from, I'll also get the on press as a prop. So on the container, we need to do on press, and I'll also assign this to on press. So the press is working. So now you can see when I press it, we are able to switch the tabs. Coming back to the background. Okay, so background, let's spell this right first. Okay, let's change this to background. What we need to do is we need to change the background to certain color when it is selected. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put a conditional check on label as well. So when it is selected, we need to get rid of the label. So we can do that easily. So we'll do like this. So we'll just check for focused, and we'll add it. So whenever it is focused, we need to show the label, otherwise we need to hide it. So I will add it with focused. So now you can see the behavior is similar. Okay, now what we need to do is have this background whenever it is selected. So in order to do that, let's pass it as a prop to this background. So we'll pass focused, here, and we'll also pass label, so we can access it as a prop here. So first we need to change the background based on if it is focused or not. So we can have background here, we can access the prop like this. Dot focused, and if it is focused, we'll change it to red, otherwise white. Let's do it like this. Okay, now you can see when I click on it and when it is focused, the color is changing to red. And obviously we need to change this background color according to the theme, so we'll do it later. But first let's have this bubble kind of rounded corners to it. So we'll have a border radius, so we can just put it anything above the height. So I'll just put it 100 pixels to make it round, and let's add a margin of 6 pixel as well. So now you can see that we have this kind of a button or a bubble for as a background for each tabs. So for icon, the height should be 24 pixels and width should also be 24 pixels. Okay, let's go ahead and style the label. Okay, now we need to change the color of the bubble or the background based on what is selected. So I'll have a, so let's define it. So we'll have colors. So let's define a constant called bg colors, and then we'll have colors for each tab, which is home, logger, documents, and menu. Okay, I'll put in some colors here. So the first one is FFE1C5. Okay, and the second one is E5C1, E5, and for the documents I will put D7, D8, F8. Sorry, so this should be comma. And for menu, this should be BCE, BCE3, FA. Okay, I think I forgot the quotes as well. So let's put it inside the quotes. Okay, now we can put it like this. For background color, we'll have BG color, and we'll use the key label here. So this will be props.label. Now you can see for every tab, background is different. So, and one more thing we need to do is like we need to have this color of this text also to be conditional. So let's style that as well. So we'll have a similar kind of a constant defined for it as well. So let's create a constant called text colors, and we'll have this. I'll just copy paste this. So it will be home. We need, and this color will be C5 6B14. Logger, for logger it will be F3 7 FF3. For documents, this will be 4B F4B 458C. And for menu, this will be 2D 9CD, and similarly we'll style the color of text here. So the color will be text color, and we'll put props.label. Okay, but in label we need to pass the prop label here. Okay, and we'll put some font weight as well. Put the font weight as 600, and we'll put some margin on left as well, and the margin will be 8 pixels. Okay, now you can see that the text color is also changing and it is styled properly. One more thing I will like to do is capitalize this home. So I'll just put in this hack. So I'll just put carat 0, it will be 2 uppercase, and we'll append this to label dot slice 1. Okay, we are taking the first character and putting it to uppercase, and then appending the rest of the word. So now you can see H is capital, so we have document, logger, home, menu, and everything in caps. So I think we have customized the tab bar accordingly, but the only problem here is that we cannot see the animation going on. For the animation, I'll use Reanimated too. So let's start. So let's see how it works. Let's open the Reanimated 2 docs. So let's go to installation, and we need to install React Native Reanimated Alpha. So npm install, and we need to also add a Babel config. So I'll do that to add the plugins. Okay, we need to add this plugin called React Native Reanimated plugin. Let's go ahead and repackage everything really quick. Okay, so everything is working fine as expected. So we'll be using the transition API. So basically the transition API works like the layout animation concept from React Native. Okay, so what we are going to do, let's start by importing transitions. So we need 2 dependencies here. Let's import React Native Reanimated. We need the dependencies called transition and transitioning. Okay, so we need to enable Hermes on the Android side as well. So what you need to do, let's open the Android folder, go into app, and then go to build.gradle. You can find it here. So it is enable Hermes as false. Let's change this to true. And then we need to plug the Reanimated in application.java. Okay, and we'll just open it. Let's open it. So we'll go to source main Java, open the main application. We'll not use anything like this. Okay, we just need to copy paste this here, which is override the JS module package. Okay, and we need to import this to as lines as well. So I will do that. Let's go ahead and repackage everything once again. Okay, so now you can see that everything is working fine now. So we have imported transition and transitioning, and we'll change this background to transition view. So in order to do that, in style component, when you're using a custom component, you just need to pass it like this. So this will be transitioning.view. Okay, and we'll create a transition here. So in order to create a transition, we just need to create a transition like this. So it is just like a JSX. So we need to define transition dot sequence, So basically what I'm saying is that I want to transition the layouts in a sequence. So the other option is together, but since I want the transition to happen in a sequence, I'll use transition.sequence here, and we'll define transition.out. Okay, and in transition.out there is a type, and we'll use the type fade, and we'll put the duration in ms as 0. So basically I want to fade out everything instantly, so that's why I made the duration in ms to 0. Next we have transition dot change. So whenever the things are changing, I want to use an interpolation, and I will use easy in and out. So it will be a kind of a spring kind of animation, and the duration in ms I'll put it at 100. So, and the time is in duration is in ms, and then for transition dot in I want the type to be fade again, but this time I'll put some duration, let's say of 10 milliseconds. So whenever the things are appearing, it will appear in 10 ms, and the animation type will be fade. Okay, now we need to use ref as well. So we'll use ref here, and we will need to import it use ref from React. So ref. Okay, and for the background we need to assign ref, and then we also need to define transition as transition, and we need to modify this on press here. So I will change it this to like this. Okay, but I need another, we need to add another statement here, which is ref dot current dot animate next transition. Let's pull this out. Okay, let's reload everything. So now you can see that we have this animation going on. So now you can see it is happening very instantly. So this is how the transition works. This is very close to the animation which we saw in the open GitHub repository. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you like it. If you watched till the end, hit that like and subscribe button, and do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. See you in the next video. Till then, keep coding and stay healthy.